JR, are you a spender or a saver?
I'm a saver that spends.
You're a saver that spends? Well, I can't save money for the life of me. I don't spend, I don't save. But you're a saver that spends. Hey y'all, it's Onika.
And JR.
And you are dishing with Dainty Dish. How you doing today, JR?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's just after the Canada Day long weekend.
It is.
So, I had a good weekend.
That's good.
How about you? What's going on?
I'm doing swell. Lots going on in the life of Onika that I can't share because I signed an NDA. So I can't share what exactly is going on with me right now for a couple more weeks. But I had some really exciting news recently, and it's life-changing. It's a game changer, and I'm excited to be able to share it with you when I can.
Cool.
And the thing is, this is tough for me because I have a big mouth. My family knows I'm the mouth of the South, but I don't want to jeopardize anything, so...
The mouth of the South?
I don't
even know what that means, but hopefully it actually means something. No, I don't think that means anything. I think you just made it up.
Mouth of the South.
I don't know what that means. What does it mean?
Like a big mouth.
So what does South have to do with big?
Nothing, it just rhymes. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, so that question at the top of the hour, are you a spender or are you a saver? And you said you save to spend.
Yeah, you can't spend if you have nothing.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about today. Money.
Money? Ooh.
Money.
We're not talking about money.
Money and mental health. Now, one might not think the two would go together.
Well, I mean, you need money. Everyone needs money. And just because you have a mental health issue, condition, challenge, I forget what the words we're using again. But,
condition.
You're a human. You need money. So there's definitely a correlation.
I would say the money and mental health correlation will be the fact that money is the number one stressor for most adults. It said 44%, I believe, was the fact that I read. So money affects your mental health in a positive or negative way.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And there's another thing I was reading up on, and I couldn't believe it, that this actually is considered a disorder. There's a money disorder.
Yeah, it's called my bank account.
No, but it's categorized by, oh my goodness, money disorder. So basically, it's the chronic pattern of self-destructive financial behavior.
Okay.
So compulsive spending, for instance. And this usually only happens to me if I'm having a manic episode. So there you go. There's another mental health aspect. Where I compulsively spend. I might have $20 in my bank account. And on a normal day, I think, let me save this 20 for food or something important. I could see a trinket on the street that I really like and just, boom, buy it.
Okay.
That's when I'm going through a manic episode.
Okay.
And it's funny because one of the questions the doctor always asks me is, have I been compulsively spending when I'm having elevated moods? Which I had recently. Mm-hmm. He asked me if I was compulsively spending, and the fact of the matter was that I was. I went to Yisk and bought out that whole store.
I don't know what that is.
Yisk is like a Bed Bath & Beyond type store in Whitby.
Okay.
Yeah, so I bought a comforter, I bought pillows.
You bought a comforter in July?
This was like, yeah, like it was like maybe 2 months ago. Less than 2 months ago. This is like the beginning of June. I bought a new comforter set for my bed.
In June.
No, but remember I had the bed bug situation, so I didn't want to wash my old comforter, so I'm like, I'm just going to get a new set.
Okay.
And I like a good comforter in June. I like to stay warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up spending probably about $150 that I didn't have on stuff that I really probably didn't need in the end, but my mood was elevated. It was one of those impulsive situations where I was just spending.
Yeah. Sounds pretty I would give you a dunce cap award for that one.
Dunce cap award.
Yeah.
Let the audience know what a dunce cap is.
It's a cap that you wear when you're dunce.
But you can't use the word dunce in the definition.
Dunce cap was the word dunce.
You can't use the word dunce in the definition.
Okay, when you lack intellectual properties in your mind, you could be considered dunce.
Dunce?
Is that fair? Can we take that one as a definition?
Yeah.
What did I say? What did I say? I just said something properties, right?
Mental. What did you say? Oh, we'll have to rewind. We'll have to rewind. Select it.
That was dumb. I deserve that.
You deserve the dunce cap. Give it back. I'm giving it back. Give it back. Another interesting one is hoarding. I've met a hoarder. I've been in the home of a hoarder.
Yeah.
It is. Whew.
It's intense, eh?
It's intense. There was magazines everywhere. There was papers everywhere. There was pencils everywhere. There was...
I feel like you're describing your apartment to me.
Stop it. I'm not... I have hoarding tendencies, I would say. Like, maybe some tendencies. I like to hide my junk in pretty boxes, like decorative boxes. So I have like a lot of decorative boxes in my apartment with stuff that like I've had for years and I just haven't like looked at it. I probably don't need it. And that's the thing with hoarders. You don't need what you have. It's probably worthless junk, but you just can't let it go. Right? That's the whole point.
Is it?
Of hoarding. And it's also connected to compulsive spending because you have to spend the money on the stuff to get the stuff in the first place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I follow. Yeah.
Yeah, so I generally hide my junk in pretty boxes, but I go through periods. Like, sorry, a hoarder might not go through phases where they
does that mean you're like describing yourself?
Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. What do you mean?
Like, does your environment, does your space accurately reflect who you are as a person?
Yes.
So, like, you hide a bunch of junk in pretty boxes. So you're saying you're a pretty box with a lot of junk inside. Like, is that like an accurate, portrayal of yourself?
I feel like Jesus, what's in my throat? I feel like yeah.
So you hide all your problems under this facade.
Under the facade.
And sometimes I guess you use money to buy those pretty things to continue to hide the ugly. The ugly. Wow, that was just like one of those moments. Poof.
That's crazy. I never thought of it that way. But even up to recently, because my balcony was a shit show from the bed bug situation. I went out there yesterday because I was avoiding work. I went out there yesterday and I swept off the balcony and I got rid of like a bag of papers, and I could literally feel the stress. Like, I'm saying to myself, like, what if I need these papers? They've been on my balcony for over a year. But for some reason in that moment, I thought to myself, should you really throw this away? Like, what if you need these papers?
And they've gone through a full year of seasons out there. So they've been wet in the winter. No, they've been wet in the fall, frozen in the winter. They've been thawed in the spring. Then they've been, I don't know,
dried off in the summer.
And the cycle. Okay.
Yeah, the bag was dirty. It was dusty, but I did throw it. I did throw it away.
Okay,
it felt good. I still haven't jumped into any of the boxes. I'm too terrified of that. And I think the reason why is exactly what you said. There's a lot of ugly in those boxes. and I'm a little nervous to take a look.
Oh man, take the leap.
To pop the lid.
Take the leap to minimalism.
The leap to minimalism. I got 13 pillows on my bed. I can't be a minimalist.
Wow.
I need a lot of pillows.
And you spend your money on pillows.
I spend my money on pillows. Like,
so would you say that you have a problem with money?
Yes. I definitely would. Another one of the money disorder. I'm not going to diagnose myself. I think Onika has enough diagnoses labels on her that I'm not going to tack on money disorder. But I can see the relationship between this disorder and my life, because one of them is financial enabling.
Wait, before you get into this, I feel like it's all just irresponsibility, not taking responsibility for.
No, a part of it is. And I know you're
justify.
I'm not justifying. I know you're going to disagree with me on this one. Like, I live on disability, right? And I get a certain amount of money every month, and I have to like claim my income because I do also work. So once you claim the income, they take off a certain amount of money from your check, and you're left with, like this month, for instance, because I had 2 jobs last month, I was left with less than my rent. Now, when you're working part-time casual jobs, you might make $600 in a month, but you're not seeing $600 immediately you're seeing $200 here, $300 there, and you're spending accordingly. Right? You're not necessarily thinking about, I should save a 20 or a 30, which you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't think about it.
You hit it right there. Money management.
There's a lack of money management on my part. So just going back to I got a certain amount of money this month. It wasn't enough to pay my rent. So I called my mother. Mm-hmm. I called my mother and I said to her, listen, I need $132 to like make rent. Because if I don't, like, I'll have like $50 to live on if I pay it from like my paycheck. I have $50 to live on for 2 weeks, and I can't survive. This is like a personal problem. Like, this is not a mom problem. This is a personal problem. But I know if I run to her, she's gonna come to my rescue. I'll get a huge lecture. And sorry, Mom, to say this, it is a lecture. I know she's listening. I know, and next time it's probably gonna be the same BS. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I'm financially irresponsible. I'm not proud of it. I'm not saying it with pride. I'm saying with like, I feel like I've gotten under the money, and there's no way to get out from under it. Like,
but even people that don't have a mental illness suffer the same challenges. I mean, they might not be at using your numbers, mm-hmm. but I mean, everyone's got the same problem. I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Mm-hmm.
44% of the population, at least, are in debt.
Yeah, and so, well, debt doesn't necessarily mean you have money problems. There's good debt and there's bad debt, but everyone has these challenges. So, just because you are on disability and having these challenges, what makes your challenge, more important or more of a challenge than somebody else who's out there doing something similar that's working, a job where, their hours just got cut, like there was I mean, we all have these money challenges. Like, I mean, we're all working class people here, mm-hmm. None of us are rich or wealthy or anything like that. We all mm-hmm. I've been one paycheck away from losing it all. You've seen me, right? Like,
living on a wink and a prayer.
You've seen it, right?
Living on a wink and a prayer.
But I mean, we all have these challenges. So I know, like, for me, I guess there is some stress, but I wouldn't account that to saying it's mental illness or towards, I guess, my mental health. Well, I guess, would it be like? I
think the stress in itself. Like, stress is a part of the whole mental health realm. Like, it's in there.
But we need to be like we all have stress. Like, we have to learn how to manage it.
Like you said, there's negative and positive debt. There's negative and positive stress too. Like, worrying about whether or not your mortgage is going to get paid is a different kind of stress than like almost running a red light. Like, it's a different stress on your brain than You know what I mean?
Both have like dire consequences, right? Like
both have dire consequences, but one ignites the fear, the fight or flight mode, and the other one is just like it's still fight or flight, but it's constant anxiety. You know, if you can't get from under the debt, right? Whatever that debt is, or whatever the money problem is, be it the mortgage or the credit cards or whatever the case may be, it leads to anxiety, which can also lead to, you know, deep depression.
Yeah, I guess. So, like, but what could you do to? Because, like, for example, there's certain things that I do in my life that I know that living on my own in downtown Toronto, I could be living with a roommate somewhere, you know, closer to my parents' place.
Yeah.
And paying significantly less.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh,
so
yes.
but I make that decision. So when I have financial stress, can I blame anyone but myself?
I mean, there's no one else really to blame. There's no one else.
Okay, so then I'll put the question back at you now. Like the same scenario. You've made a choice to live on your own in downtown Toronto, right? Is there a situation where you could go and have the dreaded roommate and save a ton of cash?
Yeah, I've been there and done that, but I mean, not necessarily. I pay a very little bit for my rent. Like
but there's still ways.
There's like a room. You know, you get a room for $425 in Ajax. Like you get a room for $425. It's cheap. You know, depending on where you go. But like you said, like you made a choice. I've made a choice. You know, to be downtown, but I feel like I can't get ahead of this money thing. I can't get ahead of it. It's as
a single person, it's just sacrifices you got to make.
Yeah, like takeout versus Uber versus cooking versus buses.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you probably spend in a week in takeout. I could probably fill my fridge and cook for like a month.
Yeah, probably.
So maybe like learning to cook, maybe could that help you with some cash?
I cooked the other day, actually.
I cooked the other day.
I cooked on Sunday. I made some chana curry.
I cooked the other day. Like, so I don't cook every day.
I don't cook every day. I cooked the other day. I made some chana curry. It was kind of dry, but very, very, very like sour, very tart. It was good. It was good. It was a good effort on my part. So yes, things like cooking at home.
Well, if you want to have a money conversation, let's have the money conversation.
Let's have it. Let's do this. I need money advice.
No, but you're beating around the bush right here. Like, no, cooking at home is something that, like, you look at you see my fridge. There's food in there because I cook at home. I'm not going to go to. I live near some of the best restaurants.
Tons of restaurants.
And I'm not eating at them. Not going to happen. No way. I'm cooking at home.
That's what you're saying. Culinary genius.
It doesn't matter. It's all practice. It's constant practice. Like, you think that I could cook from day one? My dad's eaten some terrible food. That's why my dad's my guy. He's my guy.
He's my guy to this day.
To this day, he ate some terrible concoctions. Okay?
Oh my god!
But I knew I could cook once he wanted seconds. So it's like you gotta. It's trial and error. You gotta figure it out. Like, are you gonna go through the process? You just want to like go to the finish line and say I can do this now. You gotta try stuff. You gotta.
Yeah, cooking.
So that's one way, and transit, like walk everywhere.
I've been walking more.
It's summertime. You can walk everywhere out right now.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
These are ways to like cut down
on cost.
Oh, you know what? Buy a French press and some coffee, some ground coffee, and make your coffee at home instead of going to Starbucks. I mean, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a really good one. Did you notice I didn't come with the Starbucks today?
Because I asked you not to come with a Starbucks.
No, but I'm ignorant. I would have come anyway. But I was like, nope, no coffee. You're going to grab one later before work.
See, exactly. So you just delayed it.
Delayed gratification. That's one.
That's hilarious. I'm just tired of you. Like, I have a small, tiny garbage, and your Starbucks cup takes up like more than half the garbage can when you put it in there. It's true. You know it's true.
Facts.
You know it's true.
Facts. But have you ever been around someone who excessively gifts?
Gifts? What do you mean by gifts?
Like gifting.
like a present?
Like a present or a gift.
Gift?
Like they're like, I got this. Like I got this meal. I got these drinks. I got this vacation. I got this. Have you ever been around someone who's like, because
that's like
that's money management and mental health, because they're doing it for their self-esteem, right?
I mean, if I'm out with a group of friends, like we'll just go round for round, like, you know, like I got this round, then this one will go, yeah, I got the next one, and then like that's consistent. I like being around people that are like that. Like, I mean, or pay your own way. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me, but like, no, I don't want someone constantly paying for me. That's weird. And I don't want to be constantly paying for someone. That's weird as well.
Okay.
Actually, I don't want to be paying for anybody. Actually, that's
That's
the
what's
reality.
up.
That's what's the reality right now. I'm in a new world right now. Like, everyone pay your own way.
No, it's called social value spending. So when people excessively, like for status, for relationships, when they excessively spend it, like within the realm of a relationship, to gain value, like within that relationship. I wouldn't say I've excessively spent, but I spent some money on men. Clothes, shoes, you know, all in the name of wanting them to like me.
Really? I have a policy, spend no money.
Yeah, I've paid bills.
Have you?
I paid bills.
Really?
I've paid bills.
I've never paid bills.
I've paid bail.
Ooh.
Like,
ooh.
It's
you learn
ugly.
something new about someone like every day. I didn't even know that. You're one of those, eh?
Bail. I'm one of those chicks.
Paid bail and bills and ooh, damn.
And it all is related to low self-esteem. Like, my self-esteem was so low at the time, and this is like literally like
6 months ago.
6 months ago. My self-esteem has climbed since then. But like 6 months ago, I blocked him, I blocked him.
You want me to praise
block
you?
Block him and bless him.
You want me to praise you for something that you should have done years ago?
Block him and bless him.
I'm not giving you any praise for something you
I'm just saying, I just want to give you an update.
Okay.
So we know who we're talking about, guys. We don't need to mention his name. His name does not need to be mentioned.
Just continue.
But yeah, all in the name of like just having this low self-worth and wanting to be worthy or feel worthy in the eyes of the other. You know, so I would spend the money. And also I remember once spending money because, like, on a full like suit, like H&M, like knockoff, like suit with the shoes and the belt and whatsoever with my ex.
You spent a total of $75.
I spent a total of $75.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It was something.
It was something. When you're on disability, that's a lot of money. So
you spent your disability check.
I spent my disability check on a dude. So I spent the money because it was the how I wanted my family to value the situation, like the relationship. Like it was.
Oh, I missed that day.
You missed that birthday.
Yeah.
And I was peacocking him. I was introducing him peacocking. So we were peacocking. So I wanted to make sure he looked like on point. So I spent the $100-something on the suit and the shoes and the belt and the shirt and everything else, hair gel and whatsoever. Just it all in the name again to have value in a situation.
Okay. I mean, you're a loser.
I'm a bit of a loser.
I'm joking, but I'm not.
But you're
that was kind of
75% of all.
That was a harsh word to say, but I mean, it had to be said.
Cousins. The honesty.
The honesty is real.
It's real. Retail therapy. You ever practice any of that stuff? Retail therapy?
No, I don't like.
Never had a
malls.
really bad breakup and went out and bought something like a big item ticket, like you know, something like that. You know where I'm leading you to, so stop the madness right
okay,
now.
I bought a TV once. That
Stop
happened.
the
There you
madness.
go.
How many inches? How many inches?
I
Tell
have
the
no
listening
idea.
audience.
I don't know. It was here. It was pretty big. It's my parents' house. I think it was like 60.
60 inches,
I think
guys.
It's huge. I think it's at my parents' house though.
60 inches. Yes.
It's too big to fit here.
It's too big to fit in his apartment.
Yeah.
He bought a big ticket item after a breakup. Yes, I knew it happened.
Yeah, there you have it. I did it once.
Retail therapy.
I'm like, I've never done that. You're like, oh, wait. Because I was there when there was no TV, and I was there 2 days later and there was a TV.
Oh my gosh.
No, you didn't even know. Like, I don't think. No, oh, Dana's the only one I think that saw the no TV.
Oh, she saw the no TV. I didn't see.
Yeah.
I saw the no TV.
No, you didn't see the no TV. No.
I saw the new TV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a new TV, which was bigger than the old TV.
Jesus. The only time I can think that I did any, like, I don't do retail therapy unless I'm in the States. Like, I will go absolutely buck wild shopping in the States.
I saw you. That was pretty.
Like, I went ham in the States. Like,
that was interesting.
I do that once a year. Once every year, I will go down to New York, chill with my family, head to Manhattan, head to Jamaica Ave, and I will just go wild and just buy everything.
So instead of saving money, you will spend it.
I'm not a saver
at all.
My mom, here's the thing, my mom always tried to teach me to, save for a rainy day, which I think all moms and dads try to teach their kids that. But my mom specifically, she would always talk about saving for a rainy day. So every time she gives me a lecture about borrowing money from her, she'll tell me about this whole, you should have saved for a rainy day. You never know what's going to happen. Even if you put 5 cents aside, like, who's putting 5 cents aside? But even if you put 5 cents aside or 10 cents aside, it'll accumulate. She just gives the whole.
So I'll tell you when that comes in handy. When the TTC fares went up, and I kept thinking it was still $3, but it's $3.25. Mm-hmm. All those 5 cents I was putting aside, they came in handy.
They came in handy.
Just so you know.
Thank you.
So your mom never lied?
No, she's not lying to me. It's just that she just always was like, save for a rainy day, but I never.
It's raining today. It's raining today.
It's raining today. Every day is a rainy day.
It's raining every day.
That's every day in my life is a rainy day, Mom. So I'm talking directly to you, Mom. So how could I save for a rainy day?
She's going to tell you some days you just have to get wet.
Some days just soak.
Get soaked. Get soaked.
But I don't know. My whole thing is I usually, my bank account takes out $25 from my, whatever, first of the month, they'll take out $25. But by the end of the month, I've spent that $25. Like, come on. I'm not a saver. You know what the solution is? Have a lot of money. Have a lot of money.
And you have to work hard and not make excuses if you want to have a lot of money.
What excuses have I made? I said I am a bad money.
Did I say?
Did you say you?
Did I directly? We'll have to rewind and listen to that one again because I'm not sure I said anything directly to you. But if
you're looking at me, you're looking at me.
But if you felt away, if you felt away about what I said,
why are you looking at me?
If what I said touched you in a place, it touched you.
It touched me.
It touched you
right in the shoulder blade. It touched me.
You felt
I
it in the shoulder blade.
A twinge.
Yeah,
that was probably from the hike.
That means probably some truth. There's some truth. It hurt.
No, that was from the hike. I went on a hike. I went on a hike last week, so that's
a week later. It's still hurting. A week later, it's still hurting.
I'm out of shape. What can I say?
Ooh. And who do you have to blame for that?
Myself.
Ooh. Taking responsibility. Okay, maybe.
Financial denial. Have you ever done this? Financial denial where you ignore creditors or you ignore your credit card bill, and it goes to collections.
No, I've ignored.
You've never been to collections before? It's a lovely place.
I've ignored my internet bill long term. That was fun for a little while.
I ignore all bills except for my cell phone bill and my rent. Every other bill is just
it's like suggestion.
It's a suggestion, and I'm going to keep it real with you because this is what this show is about. It's about being real. I've also answered the phone from collections agencies as my sister and told them that I was in a mental hospital. I did that. I'm not apologizing for it. Here's the trick. If you don't know this trick, guys, here's the trick. when you answer the phone and they ask for your name, I'm not necessarily encouraging this, but I'm saying if you wanted a trick and they ask for your name, don't say it's you, because it retroactively, like, it'll basically, like, let's say you've owed them for 2 years and you haven't talked to them for the 2 years. Once you talk to them, it gets rid of those 2 years. So basically, if the debt takes 7 years for them to be like, screw it, we're just done with this person, we don't have time for you anymore, and they wipe it clean, which has happened to me several times, they wipe it clean. If I talk to them and tell them it's me, then...
You just showcased that you were devious, devilish, narcissistic, manipulative, evil human being. You've just demonstrated that for us. How do you feel?
I don't feel bad about it, because at the end of the day, until I can pay them back, I'm going to say what I need to say and do what I need to do to get them off of my back. Like, the majority of people that pull these tricks, I'm not saying we're right. I'm not saying we're wrong. We're probably wrong. But I'm sorry. I'm going to do what I need to do.
You're going to do what you need to do?
I'm going to do what I need to do. Do you know how stressful it is to get calls from a creditor? Of course you don't. We have no idea what that stress is like.
Okay. Seeing
that 1-800 number on the phone every, 2-3 times a day. The only time they're not allowed to call you is on Sunday. God's Day, I'm assuming. I don't know.
God's Day?
God's Day is the only day they're not allowed to call you.
On God's Day.
You can't even answer your phone for fear of who's on the other line. So you'll do anything and you'll say anything to get rid of them because you can't handle the debt. You're in denial. You're in financial denial. And even acknowledging the fact, even as I sit here and acknowledge the fact that I'm in financial denial, the next time a creditor calls me, I'm going to ignore the call. Because I can't deal with the stress of those creditors. The threats, the, can you, do you have any family members you could borrow money from? I'm sorry, I'm already borrowing money. Like, for things like rent. It is devious. It is manipulative. But like I said, you do what you gotta do. You do what you gotta do. And those who are out there having money troubles, I can't say it'll pass and I can't say it'll get better. Because I don't know. I don't know your struggle. I know mine, and I hope it will get better. I hope one day I can call those creditors and be like, boom, here's a stack of cash for you.
Come pick it up.
Come pick it up. Or maybe give it to them in pennies, like on Shopaholic with Bex.
I've never seen
Repay
that.
it in pennies so they can count it. She sold all her clothes. I'm going to have to sell all my clothes one day to get rid of these debts. Who knows? But I hope one day to live a debt-free life where money's not an issue and money's not a problem. And I could spend wild and free like a horse in the grass.
Financial freedom.
Financial freedom. Like a horse running through a field full pace. That's the type of financial life I want to have one day. But until then, that has been the dish of the day. JR, if you guys have any money problems, not you, JR, sorry. If you guys have any money problems, any financial issues, we can't help you. I mean, we don't know what we're talking about. But if you want to share them with us, like, honestly,
or if you have if you have some solutions,
if you have some solutions for me, yeah. Or JR seems to be good, but I'm a hot mess. So if you have any solutions for me, hit me up. JR, tell them how they can reach us.
Yeah, definitely. You can reach Onika at dysh, dysh, at daintydish.com. That's dysh at daintydysh.com. I know I messed that up, but it's okay.
You guys know it.
You just know it. It's all good. But thank you so much for listening. If you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts,
give us a 5. You deserve 5.
Thank you so much. If you're listening to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, or any other platform, we truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for your feedback and all your support. That's it for me. Oh, happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th, guys.
To our American cousins, listeners, everyone, people, potters. Potters. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Like I said, that has been the dish of the day. We were supposed to do that different thing where I did the dish and then whatever. We'll do it another time. We'll figure it out. So that's been the dish of the day. I hope y'all have yourselves a very, very, very happy hump day.